that was the video. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Sync.
It's a sync. There's going to be a lot of video talk in this podcast, I think.
Well, cheers and welcome to our return to YouTube and our return to form. If a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound?
Are our drinks ever going to cheers?
Are our drinks ever going to clink? Well, cheers anyways to this
clink.
Moscow Mule full of cock and bull.
That's right. This is an effing vodka. Moscow Mule.
Good effing vodka.
Fresh squeezed limes.
With a lime. How about that?
And Cock and Bull ginger beer. I'm not making up the brand. Check out the Instagram story. It's on there right now.
He's the cock, I'm the bull. Wait a minute. Whatever.
I think we're both a little cock and a little bull.
Hey, you know what? We switch off. It's
yeah.
Equal opportunity.
There's no big spoon
here.
or small spoon here.
So this week we are sponsored by Coin Laundry on Instagram. That's COYNE_laundry. He provided us with these fucking dope-ass Tito's and Vodka shirts.
Badass.
And he's partnered with SatellitePrintLab.com. You can also find him on Instagram, Satellite Print Lab. And he wasn't, his name's Ian, and he wasn't going to put these up for a little bit, until he produced some more or whatever. And I put it on Reddit, and some fucking dickless, cuck, fucking douchebag with a whore mother and a dog that hates him fucking plagiarized this dude's design and started trying to put links on my Reddit post.
Oh, they tried to put the links on your Reddit post?
I just saw, yeah, because they asked me for the link, and I was like, hey, whenever they're in production, I'll put the link up.
Yeah.
And some fucking dickless cuck somehow plagiarized the design and put up their own fucking link. But I just corrected it today on Reddit. So if you like these Tito's and Vodka shirts and you want some, you go to coin_laundry, COYNE, and go through his Instagram, and that'll take you to his Modern Vintage Tea post and buy it from there. If you buy it from anywhere else, you're a goddamn dickless fucking.
Yeah, don't be an asshole and
don't be
screw this guy's business.
Don't be a fucking douchebag.
You can find him through our Instagram. He's on our, our followers. Like some stuff on there. We'll share.
Yeah,
some
man.
stuff.
Send them guys a follow. They've sent us so much cool shit, and
I think a whole box of swag.
Oh yeah, man. We've gotten a couple from them, but it's just like that's the most fucking dickless thing to do.
Yeah, like if you like it, I can see maybe making yourself one. But trying to sell them?
Trying to fucking sell them?
You're literally taking someone's intellectual property and being like, oh, that was a great idea. This is mine now.
He said he sent him a cease and desist, but still, like, the type of, and if you listen and you do shit like that, fucking click off of the shit. Fuck you.
We don't need you.
We don't fucking need you.
But you'll be able to tell because it says Tybee Distilled on it. So on the where it says more vodka, it says Tybee Distilled.
No, the fuck.
What does that say? Oh, triple distilled. I thought it said Tybee.
I was like, did I not notice it said Tybee Distilled?
I thought it said. Well, hey, should have worn my glasses, I guess.
But anyway, shout out to them. Make sure you send them some love. We are so you can email us at FromBehindTheBarcast@gmail.com. Our Instagram is at FromBehindTheBarcast, and we're on Facebook, all that shit, whatever. And we have a PO Box 191, Tybee Island, Georgia 31328. Send us whatever you want. Shout out to the people this weekend because this is a fucking rough ass weekend of work.
Yeah. We both had it was a full moon weekend.
Shout out for. Man, there we go. Shout out to Speedo Sunday.
Woo, Speedo Sunday. And the best part, this happens every year.
Yeah. I forgot, though.
So I saw it earlier in the day and was like, should I warn Paxton?
You mean you saw it like on the internet
like
or you were at the beach?
On Tart's Instagram, he had posted some stuff. And so I saw it and was like, I wonder if they're going to the beach. So I looked back later at like 3:30 and saw them getting on a bus to go to Tybee. And I was like, I could warn Paxton this is coming. Or, you know what? There's some content in there. Let's let this happen. Because I got there right as they did.
Right as they, yeah. So, all right. So for the uninitiated, Speedo Sunday, it's a bunch of downtown like bartenders and service industry people, legit cool people, but they just come in a very giant group. And all the men wear Speedos.
Yes.
And they go to the beach and they come up. They're all super patient. They all tip like a motherfucker. They were all super nice. The only thing is, there's 40 of them.
And they drink.
And they drink like a motherfucker, which is dope.
They're riding a bus, so they don't have to worry about driving.
And they do the one good thing. One person will come. So it's good and bad. one person will come up and they're going to order for the 6 people behind them because they're not fucking dumbasses and they know how to fucking.
Right.
But the only thing that's the problem with that is they're like 2 vodka sodas, 2 gin and tonics, 3 margaritas, 4 shots of this, 2 shots of that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like that'll take me 10 minutes to do. And during that time, you'll have like
piling up,
whatever. But I'm always going to get to them first because some of them were just kicking me 20s. And I haven't even fucking gotten them anything.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh shit, this dude's. I'm by myself back there, and
they hit the outside bar heavy. They're almost
stay
always
on
on the outside bar.
On the outside bar.
Which I think because like when you go inside in a Speedo, people with kids get a little weird.
Dude, so
do you get any complaints?
All right, so there's this. Not
in the past, people have like. This is like the 7th or 8th year they've done it.
Yeah, it's been happening a long time. Listen to this shit. We had this old fucking creep dude Terry that used to come in. He probably still comes in every so often. I don't see him very much, right? So the first time he ever saw Speedo Sunday, they all come in, and he took like 100 pictures of him, right?
Oh, is he gay?
No. He's a fucking old redneck, like fucking righty. And he comes up to me and goes, hey, Paxton, man, check out these fucking gays with all their... I was like, you have 100 pictures of these men and their fucking packages on your phone.
If you're taking pictures of them, guess who's the gay one,
Guess
buddy?
who's the fucking gay one, dude?
I just helped you out of the closet. You're welcome, Terry.
This is the same guy.
I think Terry went home and bought a Speedo.
He might have been wearing one under his fucking...
Your neighbor is.
But this is the same guy. He had another friend who was also a fucking old Southern creep. And I've probably told this before, but we're getting a lot of new listeners now. Thanks.
Keep.
And I've told this
friends.
before, but so these 2 guys would go into the bar together. And they would make sure they got there at a time where they could sit next to each other, and then they would separate their bar stools wide enough for, say, 1 or 2 people to fit between them, not to sit, but to walk up to the bar because the rest of the bar was super
packed
busy.
out, so they would get some attention.
Everyone had to come between them, and they would like man spread towards each other.
Oh yeah, to like create a thigh gap of entrance.
Of get up in here.
Oh, because it's going to happen. People are going to be drunk, and they're not going to be looking, so they're going to end up.
They're just trying to get to the
eventually
bar.
slide in there.
Here's this one open spot of the bar, and every girl or guy or anything that came
Speedo
up.
Sunday would have wrecked them though. They'd have been like, "Oh, never mind.
Oh shit, my dick's too hard."
Got to turn now. Didn't know this was going to work for me,
dude. And like, I just remember being like, how could you be that clever? I guess if you're like a super creep, like you have to be clever,
right?
But I was
you got to be creative.
I was like, has that ever worked for you to like, hey, what's up? Where are you from?
Like one girl's like, well, I'm in your lap already, so let's go home. Like, when does that work? That doesn't work. That's not a thing that works.
But I love all those guys and gals that do come in on Speedo Sunday. It's just the thing was, I was trying to get my shift covered because I had a gig Friday night and I partied super hard on Friday night. Then Saturday I had to work, and Saturday was like literally the hottest day I've worked this year. So Sunday I put on our little page, I was like, hey, could someone work for me tonight? I have to return some videotapes. And everyone laughed instead of taking my shift.
Yeah, you can't be funny when you're trying to get help sometimes. They're like, oh, good joke, gotcha.
So I ended up going to work, and I was like, you know what, this isn't that bad. You know, I'm working through it. Fucking Speedo Sunday. Boom. But
it was quick though. They were only there for like 2 or 3 hours.
Like maybe 2 hours or something like that. And I walked out with my rent.
Yeah, that's what you need.
I cried in my $100 bills when I got home.
Yeah. And once you're halfway through the shift, you're like, okay, I'm here now.
I'm here. I'm in it now. You know.
There's those French fries I brought you.
It was the Cajun from Five Guys.
Five Guys who gave me 1 patty on my burger. 1 patty.
That is some bullshit.
I emailed them and was like, hey, just so you know this happened. And the guy emailed me back to like this morning and was like, I'm sorry, I refunded the entire amount. I was like, thank you. I patronize your store. Probably I go there maybe once a month.
Yeah.
But it's convenient. I can call it in.
Did you order on? So you said you ordered online?
Yeah. And he was able to look at my order and see that I ordered a standard double patty burger.
Well, I'm just saying, obviously whenever you go in there, they go 2 patties.
Yeah.
So, like, whenever they get the online order, they're like, burger. Do they not yell out 2 patties?
It says 9. It's the full price, though. I don't know. They can't see that. Or maybe she just forgot a patty. There was an errant patty sitting on the grill when I was in there. But I wasn't, I just kind of happened to see it while I was
like, I bet that was my patty.
I was watching her. I just now thought about it because I was watching her put the Cajun seasoning in the little ramekin, and I was like, keep going, baby. Keep going, baby. Because I didn't know if you were going to get down with the Cajun seasoning because it was hot. But,
yeah.
But you know what? Whatever.
Once I'm there, I'm fucking there.
Yeah, you're just sweating no matter what.
Jennifer Smoot hollered at our girl yesterday.
Yeah. How was she looking when you got there listening?
It was well. This is why. I mean, she's as sweaty as I am naturally, no matter what. But shout out Inferno Hot Sauce. They just happen to have some of their Thai bomb sauce over there. Which my only complaint about Inferno Hot Sauce is their normal hot sauce packaging.
Yeah.
Looks nearly identical to the one that will fucking explode your asshole.
Oh, so if you get it mixed up in the refrigerator, you're gonna get.
Well, all she did was take the goddamn cap off or something like that, and then.
Touch her face?
And then just touch her face. So if you're already a sweaty person,
you're dying.
And
now.
then you
you're
rub
dead.
1 million capsaicin fucking
Yeah.
Thai bomb sauce.
Oh no!
Think about
So
that
she,
shit.
oh god,
Just from removing the cap.
because she doesn't go ham on the hot
I don't
sauce
think
too.
so.
I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know. And then
I mean-
another one of our employees put that sauce on her because they didn't realize what it
They
was.
thought it was the other sauce.
She put it on her pizza like ketchup on a goddamn hot dog. She was.
At least she was able to get another piece of pizza. I'm a big fan of Jimmy John subs pre-pandemic when they had the hot sauce bar. They had 25, 30 hot sauces out there, and they would have the heat number on there.
Oh, right.
But some of them would look
right.
exactly the same, and one would be like 10 plus, and one was 7. And so, if you got those mixed up, they had the little half-ounce ramekins you could put it on there.
Sure, yeah.
I'm a sauce guy, so I'll have 6 or 7 different hot sauces
Yeah.
with a note, so I know what each one is.
You're doing your own hot ones. You're like,
Yeah, I do my own hot ones. Exactly, that's exactly what I'm doing. My own hot ones because I like a variety of sauce in life.
So we have this idea, and I haven't told you the new idea. So it would be shot ones, right?
We have to do it next week now because someone's going to steal this idea.
Shot ones, but here's what you do. All right, so there's a pretty popular shot around these parts called a dead turtle.
What's in a dead turtle?
A dead turtle is Tito's or whatever vodka you want, but preferably Tito's or Effin.
Effin. Shout out to our not sponsor, Effin Vodka.
Yeah, pickle juice and a couple drops of hot sauce.
Okay.
So you make, let's say we'll make 5 of them.
All right.
And then you take the first shot, and it's pretty mild, and then you're asked a simple math question.
Okay.
Then you take the second shot, which is a little notch above, and then by the time you get to the
We're doing 5 shots in 5 minutes?
yeah, whatever, yeah, just to but
it'd be interesting to see us go
but
from
see, I think we should
sober
do it.
to
I think we should
trash.
do it at the hot sauce shop and us just be asking the questions and not doing
And
the
just
fucking,
film and then we put it on later?
Yeah, and not doing
It'd be a
the
good little,
shots.
yeah, it'd be a good little put on the Instagram page of us just dying.
You know what the dumbest fucking idea in the world is? Putting, all right, you know how when kids graduate from high school, they use
yes.
they use the I guess it's like shoe polish or something, and they write on the back, Kaylee graduated.
Oh, yeah, or they're going to a wedding, yeah.
Class of 2021. These dumb fucking retard bitches have started putting, it's my 21st birthday, buy me a drink, and then they put their Venmo handle on there.
Or I've seen, downtown I see a lot. I see weddings.
Yeah.
The bride-to-be. There was one on Tybee yesterday. I tried to get a picture, but I was driving alone, and I don't use my phone when I'm driving.
Of course not.
But it was the outline of the passenger window was future bride of so-and-so, and it had the Venmo thing on both sides.
Yep.
And I almost want to start a second Venmo account so I could just pelt, like you said, pelt these people with stuff.
So, and it was funny because literally after you mentioned to me the other day that you couldn't send less than $1 on,
Yeah.
So I was like, this is worth $50 to me if I can do it. Just send each of them $1 and say, bad hand job.
Yeah, or thanks for buying the condoms. Because the thing is, if their Venmo is public,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Everybody can see it. So yeah, so you
and
can
even
get them,
if it's public,
it's definitely public if they've got it on the.
That's what I'm saying. And
the side of a car,
you can at least get 1 or 2 in before they change it to private. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
And if you do it, wait till 1 a.m. on a Friday or Saturday when they're done up, you can get in there for at least 10 to 12 hours because they're not going to look at their Venmo.
No, not in the middle
especially
of the
if
night.
they're getting pelted with. I mean, I don't. How much money do you think they're getting? I think we have a friend that just did this.
Hopefully,
with one of her friends.
Yeah.
And so she put it on Facebook, and I was like, "Is there a fuck you button?"
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No.
What the fuck? Now, see, online panhandling. I've never done a GoFundMe or anything like that, but for the podcast, because I hate.
This is a podcast, though. We're trying to build something here versus. Hey, I had a birthday. Pay me for it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
I'm getting married. Yeah. Congrats. I can do that in the backseat of your car if you want. I can marry the two of you.
I lived another year. Give me some fucking money.
Yeah.
But so we've been discussing a Patreon. We'll talk about that another time, but I think it would be a dope idea. But what we're not going to do is put our fucking Venmos on.
No.
So,
God, someone's going to write our Venmo on the side of a car now.
So call to action. If you see a Venmo, and I want to be specific about it. If it says, I'm Kaylee. It's my 21st birthday. Venmo and buy me a drink. I want you to send them $1 and say bad hand job or stinky butthole.
You want to show one this week? Because guess what I've got in my fucking phone right here?
Do you have?
The future Miss Laferte, Laferte.
No doxing.
Do we want to drop this on there? I think it's
no doxing yet.
Not yet.
Find your own. Go out there and find your own.
Yeah, but just in case you know.
There are plenty around.
But yeah, I was in the parking garage the other night, and I was like, "Look at this! Look at this little." And it was Friday. It was the longest night I've had in forever.
Yeah.
It was a full moon in my section for the first turn. It was rough. It was rough. I don't normally start drinking until about 8:30 or 9. I'll have just one cocktail, maybe two.
I was gonna say, do you drink at work? Do you have time?
Well, I got kind of a decent drive.
Yeah, you got a little bit.
So like when I lived on Tybee, I would have my drink at 7:30. But like, so we'll take wine tasting some days.
Sure.
Do champagne Thursdays. We'll have a glass of champagne at the beginning of the shift. It's always I approve of giving your staff some wine before the shift starts because it makes you a little nicer and you're a little more friendly and people like that. But on a Friday night, I'm not going to start drinking at 6:30 because I'm going to start sweating everywhere. And at 6:50, I looked at my boss and went, "I'm going to go." He goes, "A drink?" Yeah. And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, you need it. You're complaining about everything." I'm like, "Look over there." He's like, "Oh, I know."
Yeah.
But like, I can't help you. I'm doing something else.
You can feel even if it's not your table. You can feel a bad table from across.
And I look at other people's tables. I deliver food. We have this pepper grinder that is 3 feet tall and like this big around. It's like that big around.
On purpose?
Yeah, it was from the Palm Hotel and Resort Casino. Because I guess they ordered like a couple thousand of them, and then they shut down like half of their operations in the country.
Oh, right.
So somebody saw it at like Home Goods and bought it, and so but it's big and it's heavy, so not a lot of people use it because they're not crafty enough to do it. But I got bachelor party, gay dudes, or just want to be funny and flirty with girls, whatever. I bring that big thing over because I put it by my side, and I'm like, "Pepper," and then I'll pull it up, and they're like, "Oh my god, that thing is huge!" I'm like, "Thank you."
That's what she said.
Yeah. Oh, I get a lot of that's what she said. I mean, I probably in 50 pictures with that thing. If you want to take your photos, just stand there and pretend to grind pepper and look pretty, which is not fun to do.
Yeah, right.
Huh? You got it yet? No? Oh, you're 100. You don't know how to use a fucking phone. Old people trying to take pictures. I'm like, give me that. I'll do it for you. Because that part of my job is being a part-time photographer.
Oh, yeah.
Birthdays, special occasions.
So many people want me to.
And like, they'll ask me, they're like, "You have a picture?" I'm like, "No." I'll tell them what time I'm going to do it. And like, I'll make an excuse like, "Hey, I want to, let me get the wine out first and let's make the table look nice. We'll make things look pretty." So I'll give them time to do all that.
Oh, so yeah, right. You're
and like, I'll come back.
Frame it up real nice.
And I'll be like, when I come back, have your phone ready. Because I don't need to spend 5 minutes at a table at any point in time, unless it's the first encounter.
Yeah.
And so I want to take a picture and move on.
You're not cutting someone's steak up for him.
Yeah. No, I've had to do that. But, somebody had a broken arm one time, and I was like, man, I asked the chef to do it. He was like, "I'll cut it in slices." I was like, what's he going to do then? Just kind of half fork eat it? But
we'll half fork you too.
But like, when we have a bachelorette party, they'll be like, "Here, like they'll hand you a phone." They're trying to hand you 3 phones. I'm like, no. Who's got the newest iPhone or Android or Samsung? Who's got it?
Yeah.
Give me that phone. I'm going to take 20 pictures with this phone, and then y'all can share it. And if I didn't do a good job, we'll do this again in a minute.
But out of those 20, you'll find a few.
Yeah, I change angles. I have a good time with it.
Hey, one candid. Don't smile on this one. Smile on this one.
Oh no, I don't want them moving.
Yeah.
I move. You sit still. I'll get your good side. Your good side.
Show me your good tit. There you go.
Yeah. Please pop one of them out, ladies. I saw a real bad tit on Friday. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It was sitting on the belly.
Same situation. Like you go stand at a table and they have a very low cut.
Yes. This wasn't. She wasn't even trying to.
It was
she was 400 pound maybe.
Oh, nice.
She was in a wheelchair because she was so fat.
Oh, okay.
She didn't seem to have any. She was able to get in and out of the wheelchair. So.
Oh, right, yeah.
And she wanted to read a book on a Friday night in my section. She almost made Karen, but somebody over Karen.
Oh, nice! Wow, yeah.
And she wanted to sit there. She's like, "I'm just going to take my time." I'm like, "Man, it's Friday. There's no taking your time."
Self-inflicted wheelchair because of fatness.
Yeah. Well, and like people want to come in for some reason they'll come into an upscale restaurant on a busy night and be like, "Oh, we're going to hang out all night." I'm like, "You're not."
No, man.
Like this is how this works. Like we want to do at least 2 turns a table, so 2.5 hours. I'll give you that. But then you got to go.
And there's like reservations and shit.
Yeah, it's a Friday night. You've been to a restaurant on a Friday night. Also, why are you reading a book by yourself in a restaurant? I know that like it's kind of nice, I guess, because sit at the bar.
I mean,
make some friends.
I understand going to read a book at like a coffee shop or something like that,
or the park,
or somewhere.
She had a craft cocktail and 2 glasses of wine and a digestif. So she had 4 drinks. So she was kind of lit. Like, I don't like. Do you read when you're drunk?
Was she reading a book on adult onset diabetes or anything?
I didn't see what kind of book it was. It was a small romance novel size average paperback book. So it could have been, but it wasn't very thick either.
Yeah, right.
Had big words too. A lot of she was old.
Double spaced.
Yeah. she had to have her magnifying glass out.
Yeah, because especially when you got a reservation situation. Now, like if someone has a reservation, it's not necessarily for table 6.
Well, so the table she was sitting at is the only table in our restaurant by the window. There are 2 tables, one in the bar, one in the dining room.
Ah, gotcha.
It's got the view, so it's the most requested table in the restaurant. And she just happened to get it because the hostess just sat her there because she's in a wheelchair. So it was it's the most easily accessible spot. She sat in the booth. I put the wheelchair in the other seat. It's easier for her to get in and out of there, kind of. And the table next to her ended up helping her eventually because she was struggling. And I helped her while specialing another table. Like I was holding her wheelchair and talking to them, and they were like, "That was impressive." I was like, "Thank you." I just need her to leave though. She's been here for 2 hours.
Oh wow!
For one person. One person's an hour. 2 is an hour and 30. 3 or 4 is just 2 hours. A big table, a little bit longer, just takes a while. Yeah. But we have a system and we have to make money.
And you got to fucking people that have reservations want to walk in and get at their table.
And guess what? My first tables are not my best tables.
Yeah, right.
My second round is my good tables.
Right. Yeah.
Or even a good third round good. If you get a 4th turn, no, it's not good.
I don't know if you can hear it over the microphone, but now that we're back on YouTube. I just got a haircut the other day
from Behind The Barcast.
From my girl Amy, who's she works here on Tybee and she's got her own shop and she mostly does women, like cutting colors, like things that take a long time. So she's very
But occasionally she'll cut a cock and bull's hair.
Yeah, she'll cut a cock and bull's hair every now and then. But see, I got in because of a cancellation. So we're sitting there. I'm sitting there chatting with her, and I was like, she was like, "Do you still do the podcast?" And I was like, yeah, why? She was like, oh, I haven't seen it on YouTube. I was like, oh, well, they don't just exist on YouTube.
People
like,
really
don't know that like there's audio out there. So that's another impetus for us like getting back on video. Like we lost a lot of listeners.
I got my hair cut last week too, so we had to wait.
Yeah, right. It's like we were going to start last week, but we were waiting on Clint's haircut. But I was like, I was sort of like visualizing some similarities because like she and I know each other and we're friends. So we talk and we chit chat. I was her last person, so I wasn't like I could have stayed there forever.
Right, which makes sense if you're the last person. But if I'm anywhere that has reservations or whatever situation,
I'm gonna fucking eat and go.
I want to get out of the way, and also I don't want to be in. I want to go outside. I want to be anywhere. Enjoy the outside.
I don't want to be anywhere for that fucking long. I have to be at work for fucking 12 hours at the time. Sometimes.
Yeah, you don't want to be sitting in a restaurant for 3 hours with one other person. Like that could be cool, but like, can we go outside? We'll be cool together there too.
We can be cool anywhere.
We don't have to separate.
If you're with me, you're just cool.
You're gonna have the best time if you're with me. Inside, outside.
So I was like, I was like chit chatting with her about some similarities. And one of the things that we talked about was, so I was like, do people? So she chats, like she don't mind talking to anyone. But I was like, do you have the people that come in that think that you're the forced chat about, like, let's just say religion or politics or fucking something.
Just common chat.
Well, the chat that you don't like to have with a stranger.
Yeah, you don't want to talk politics.
But they think since they're paying for a haircut or they're paying for a drink or that
they have to share your ideals and views. Yeah.
Or do they like, why aren't you chit-chatting with me about this? I'm paying you to cut my hair right now. Doesn't that include you talking to me about...
Oh, yeah, you're a therapist now, barber.
But the thing is, she's like, I don't mind talking to people, but if I get a guy that comes in and he's like... so who are you voting for in Trump 2024? Or like, hey, what do you think about them N-words? You know what I mean?
Yeah, something like, well, that's, yeah.
But
I got you. But somebody you can tell
those are extreme things.
But it does happen, though.
But it does happen. But in the middle, but in the middle ground, it's like, she's like, she's like, I can't small talk a stranger. Like, well, how's that fucking weather? That's just fucking dumb. But then she's like, but then she has people that she likes.
Right. And once you've had somebody a few times, you get past
a
the small talk.
With them, and you can actually interact with them. Now she's coming up, and there's someone walks in the door that has a 2:30, and this person's been here since, 30 minutes after.
Yeah, yeah.
And even though she tried to book these appointments, with a 30-minute gap between, the person's still sitting there just talking. And she's like, look, I got to not kick you out, but there's a person out here waiting to come in. Yeah,
you got to hit him with I'll be right with you in just 1 minute. In
just a second.
I can't. Yeah. Oh, I'll have people, not a lot, but they'll be waiting for their table and they'll refuse to go to the bar and get a drink. And like, I go to the bar, get a drink. Like, well, I'm just gonna stand here by the door. I'm like, well, your table's not gonna get done any faster if you stare at them. And like, but I'll go check on them. But if it's a table of mine, I'll go check on them. Like, hey, look, I'm sorry, the other table's just not moving. I can't kick them out. Yeah. They've only been here this amount of time, but they're just kind of sitting there. And so occasionally somebody will be like, I'll go stand in there and look at them. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Depends on the way they come at me with it.
Yeah, see.
But if they're like me or you said that, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
Because you just go look at them like, how's it going? How's your night?
Yeah.
The food good? Oh, what are y'all doing next? You going to get ice cream or something? Like right now, Leopold's, that line's long. You want to get going.
Yeah, right.
I lose more dessert customers to Leopold's ice cream. I have for years, but it's like 50% of the time, I'm like, dessert? They're like, no, we're not having it. I'm like, going to Leopold's? They're like, yeah. They look all guilty. I'm like, I don't give a crap. It's great ice cream.
They got the fresh whip, too. Like the whipped cream out of the gun.
If you want to stand there, because no one's blowing it all away.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. I was like, I wonder if that gun, if they just didn't hook the cream up to it, is it just a fucking main line of nitrous?
It is. A lot of restaurants don't carry whipped cream like that anymore because people would just blow the nitrous tanks away.
I got so many friends. Like when I go to festivals, I do copious amounts of many different substances. I do everything. But I don't fuck with nitrous, man.
You don't like burning brain cells right out of your body?
It's so weird, though, because people are like crackheads about it. You know what I mean?
I know people like that.
And all the people who sell it at the festivals, they're like the grimiest people you've ever seen. The Nitrous Mafia is like...
The Nitrous Mafia?
The Nitrous Mafia is fucking gross.
I can imagine. Well, like, and I've done it maybe 3 times.
Yeah.
And every like 7 years, I'll be like, I'll try it again. And
Sure,
I'm like, nope.
Yeah, this is why I don't like it. So
I don't like
like
that feeling.
No, see, so I'll be like either tripping super hard, like mushrooms, or I'll be feeling really great off like Molly or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'll hit a couple balloons, and it like takes me to a different place, and then I'm like, I just want to stop and go back to where I was.
Yeah. You can only get so there's a medium of like too high. You know, and you don't want to try.
And then
everything,
it's pointless.
Everything doesn't make everything better.
No, right, exactly.
Like,
not everything is a good
people that are like when I'm doing acid, Molly, Coke, and ketamine. Yeah. I'm like, whoa! You're wasting some of that stuff.
Something isn't fucking getting in there.
Something's not doing anything there. Anything. You get some DMT too. Just do all of it at once.
Like literally, I think like one time, like I was like I'd done some doses or something, and it was getting later on in the night, and I was kind of fading away, and I blasted off a big balloon, and I was like, oh, that was fun for a second. That's it.
Yeah. I just every time I do it, I'm like, I just know what it's doing to my brain.
Yeah,
you're just burning through thousands of brain cells that are never coming back.
You're like, there goes the Pythagorean equation out of my.
I think you may have done one too. You got to slaughter the Pythagoreans.
Yeah. You see, man.
Yeah, look what happened. It's ruining Paxton's algebra.
So so we were talking about how fucking hot it was.
God, and then this week's gonna be worse apparently,
dude. And we're in Georgia, so the fucking, you know,
the humidity's on a
the
million.
whole thing is not just the heat; it's the humidity. But so one way I relax is I watch the Great British Baking Show, as you do.
Oh yeah,
I fucking love the Great British Baking Show, and I'm not ashamed to admit it.
I've seen.
You've seen zero. Listen, all right, think about it like this.
But you're not binge watching Marvel comic movies all the time like I do either.
Right,
so
exactly. Think about a game show where like people are competing against each other and one person gets eliminated every week, except they're all nice English people and they're all rooting for each other. It's like
they're all polite like that?
Yeah. It's all like not road rules. I'm trying to think of something that's like that. It's like
Hell's Kitchen. I mean,
something like that. Yeah.
Or what kitchen? What are they called?
Whatever. Yeah. So there's like they start with 12 people, and then whoever loses,
the Ultimate Fighter. They're not rooting for each other.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But all these British people are like fucking rooting for each other.
You gotta get it, Stacey.
And they have like really great hosts on there and shit, and it's funny as fuck. And they bake cool shit, man. I made fucking focaccia bread the other day because I watched an episode.
I was gonna ask, are you making more now? My cousin's wife watches it. Shout out to my cousin Maura. She better.
Well, see, I've already seen there's like 8 seasons of it.
Yeah.
But I'd forgotten the first 2 seasons, so I just went back and watched the first 2 seasons.
She got like heavy into baking.
Oh, man, and they're like there's like 13 episodes per season. They're an hour long. Like you can go to sleep. It's just like going to sleep to Bob Ross or something like that. You know what I mean? It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, anyways,
to each their own there.
Yeah. You know, I can. You know, I'm secure.
Yeah. And look, and you're baking focaccia, so
I'm making
it's a fruitful thing. If you get something out of it, you can use in real life.
Actually fucking do
I can't watch cooking shows because you know what I get
hungry,
high and hungry. If I'm stoned and I'm watching a cooking show, I'm eating something.
Fuck yeah.
And I'll go in the fridge and be like, I'm a chef too.
I'll do something,
and I'll make something. But then it's an hour and a half till I eat.
Yeah, but then you're like, all right, I got some soy sauce, and then over there,
I got a steak.
I got a mayonnaise
4
packet.
potatoes and an onion. This is a meal.
Ooh, there's some pickles. I'll fucking throw them in there. Anyway, so they're in the tent. They operate in a tent. And these British motherfuckers, they were like, spend the hottest day in the tent. since we've started, and they were all in there like, oh, something's not going to rise correctly because it's too hot.
Oh yeah, I guess the humidity would affect that.
Something that they don't have humidity there though. Something's going to get affected. So then they go, oh, it got up to 28 Celsius in the tent, and I was like, all right, I'm not from France. I got to do this conversion. So I Googled 28C.
I know the conversion.
Yeah, I don't. I didn't. Well, now I do. That is 82.4 fucking degrees Fahrenheit.
Sweltering.
I was like, are you fucking
That'll
serious?
make you mad at somebody when they're like, that's hot. You're like, that's not hot.
Motherfucker, that is like...
Are they all wearing pants and stuff, though, too?
Sometimes. I mean, that's room temperature in fucking Georgia.
Yeah. If I can get my house to 82 sometimes, I'm like, thank God. Because it's hot. And it just feels like it's the days are long, so it feels like it's hotter forever.
And so especially during the summer, because like the sun, like literally the sun goes down like 8:45 right now.
Oh yeah, I overslept today. Go ahead and set an alarm, so I woke up and it was like noon, and I opened the door to let my dog out right when I get up. And so I'm like, I'm half awake anyways. I'm like,
You opened the proverbial oven.
Yeah, because it just assaults you, and I have to walk out there and open the screen door for him too. So I got to go out into it, and I'm like, it was so cold inside and dark. And dang. So speaking of Celsius and Fahrenheit, I got a little story for you right up front here. We'll call her Bara for this story. I went to the Dominican Republic with my homegirl Smoot and my boy Rob. Smoot's 40th birthday. We had a blast. And I had traveled with a girl I didn't know very well at the time. We became friends through this journey. We were not a couple. We're not dating. We're not planning to be intimate or anything. And they put us in a room with one king-size bed with flower rose petals all over it because they thought we were together.
Because
they ran a bath for us one afternoon. Yeah. Like they really thought.
Ran a bath.
Yeah, and I was like, let's just play this up. So whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
So she was not she's not as well traveled as some people are, I guess. She has recently, but she just started traveling in her life. Like she didn't get out or like really get out until she was like 40. So we go. The bathrooms has two spigots, one left and right one. It is everywhere. One is hot, one is cold. And I said, we were discussing her lack. What had happened is the front desk had called, and she said, how do you say good morning? And I said, oh, buenos noches. And she was like, good morning. She was like, buenos noches when she answered the phone. And I'm like, oh, you don't know shit for Spanish. So I asked her when I came out the bathroom, I was like, do you know what the C and the F stand for on the sink? She goes, yeah, Celsius and Fahrenheit. Like we got the Queen's water, and we got the domestic water over here. I was like, oh my God, I can't wait. Come on, we got to go to the pool now and find everybody else. I've got to share this story with the world. I couldn't stop. And like I love the girl to death, but like, ooh, girl, Celsius and Fahrenheit, huh? It was so unconscionable to me that could happen. I was like, wow, you don't know anything. You may have also killed Paxton.
I didn't think I would die in Celsius.
Yeah, if I'm going to die, it's going to be in fucking Fahrenheit.
Holy
freedom units, okay? I'm not dying in goddamn metric shit.
Oh, my God.
Speaking of freedom units.
Yeah, I think we're at the end of this first Moscow Mule.
A little more Celsius in my drink.
Yeah, in the first. We'll see you on a few seconds.
Try to match your energy there.
And we are back.
We're back.
Cheers again.
Cheers again.
Fresh Mule.
Clink.
Clink.
I wish we could get the steam that's putting out outside.
I know. We just walked outside to take a break and smoke a cigarette. It looked like Clint had a steaming hot cup of fucking coffee.
We've been talking about the heat and humidity. This, a copper mug sweats. It's the sweatiest drink there is.
It's sweatier than me. And 28 degrees
with
Celsius.
With hot sauce on his eyeballs.
With fucking eyeballs of hot sauce. So I'm at something that kept, before we get to the Karens and Darrens of the week, today when I went to go get that effing vodka.
And you'd never had it before,
I've never had it before. I just, because,
it's Dutch. It's from Holland.
Yeah. I wanted to get something that was like, I didn't want to get anything that was cheap necessarily. Or, fucking expensive, but like something besides like Tito's and shit we drink all the fucking time, whatever. So I got it and fucking Poker Face was on in there. The Lady Gaga song, right?
Yeah.
So
can't sing it, trademark.
But I'm about to sing my version of it though. So Saturday night, there's a certain two bartenders that work the inside bar, and when they work together, I feel like they scour the internet for the worst songs that have ever been made. And and then they make a playlist exclusively of those fucking cuck-ass garbage
songs Paxton
songs.
won't want to hear from outside.
Alex calls it my suicide playlist, which it absolutely is.
The Eagles and Boyz II Men.
It's like fucking Party in the USA. You know what song I hear more now? And I'm going to get back to Poker Face. But it's this fucking cuck-ass fucking white horn version of Always Be My Baby. The fucking Mariah Carey song.
Yeah.
But it's meow, 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 meow. It's like a horn song, like no lyrics or anything like that. But it has zero vibe and zero groove. Like I've heard like horn versions of songs that put like a fucking slick.
Put some funk in there. You may give it some energy.
A slick fucking groove on it. This shit is the most fucking whitewashed fucking.
It's like dudes that button up the top collar on their polo shirt.
Exactly.
Those guys.
You know what it's like? You remember when there was a trend when fucking hipsters with mustaches would do like gangster rap songs, but with acoustic guitar.
Oh yeah, and try to do
because the boys in the hood are always hard.
Oh yeah, Gin and Juice was
shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that night, Poker Face came on too, and I was like, I walked to the inside bar, and no one was paying attention, and I literally just turned the stereo off. And walk the whole thing,
and no one noticed.
And the whole thing, and I walked back outside, and no one fucking noticed. For like the song, by the time they turned it back on, the song was over.
Yeah.
So when I went to the fucking liquor store today, it was like, "Can't remember my poker face, fuck your mother, eat my brown sauce." And I was like, that was all I could fucking.
Those could be the actual lyrics, and I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know.
I don't know the lyrics to that song at all. I don't know. I've heard it. That's one of those songs when if I don't listen to that kind of radio where that would pop up very often.
Yeah.
But if it does, I'm like, change station.
Yeah, of course.
Like even like a song I kind of like that's become popular. I don't want. Like, you'll hear a song and go, like the first time I heard "Drop It Like It's Hot," I was like, oh, this beats, and I was like,
yeah,
I'm gonna hear this 1 million more times.
Oh yeah, as soon as
and you're like, damn it.
And then there's those earworm things. Like there's a song I've been listening to like kind of often now, and it's this old song. And the reason I rediscovered it is because I was watching a documentary about Guy Ritchie.
Madonna's husband.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't do anything else famous at all.
Back in the day before Snatch and Lock, Stock, he did a music video for this. They're called the Bucketheads, and they're like an English like fucking dance hop group, whatever.
Okay.
And the hook, is now I can't. You know what? I'm glad I can't think of the fuck. Here it is. These sounds twirling through my mind.
I know. Yes, that song has been remade into a million different rave songs,
and I cannot fucking. It would not.
And it sticks with you though.
There's
another song that I'm not even going to curse our listeners or you with.
Thank you so much.
It's like a '90s song, and you hear it. It has a lot of repetitive lyrics, and it says the same thing over and over again. Like it's like Daft Punk, like Around the World.
Oh yeah.
But my father's like, "What are you doing? Is this the same words and the same thing over and over and over again?" I sat in my room and played homework on repeat for when I was 16 or 15 when it came out, just ad nauseum. My dad's like, "So Around the World, huh? Just Around the World 88 times in a song?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna need some headphones next time, son." My father was not happy when I got into the rave phase at all.
What all he heard from your room was.
Yeah, and that was like the late '90s, so it was like smack my bitch up. Like this Prodigy, Chemical Brothers, like Josh Wick, all that early stuff, and then after our intro song, it's Aphrodite.
Yeah, I listened to that whole record the other day.
Yeah, when you first played it, I texted you. I was like, "Is that Aphrodite?" And you're like, "Whoa!"
I was like, "How the fuck did you?" Because like I used the sample. Way differently in the intro tune.
Yeah, well, in Aphrodite and Mickey Finn were like my jam when all that jump up craze was going on.
I saw them in Jacksonville one time and I was like, oh yeah, and I wasn't on drugs.
I would go to rave sober sometimes so I could absorb it. And when I was young, I would go and get wasted, and then I got into music more. I was like, okay, so I would just smoke some weed and go and really absorb it. And so I would enjoy the show I'm paying $50 to go see.
Yeah.
But when I saw Sasha and Digweed, it's a 6.5 hour show, and you can only have so much fun. Like it was Rabbit in the Moon and then them. And Rabbit in the Moon is such a big stage show performance. He grinds on plates. Yeah. And that was in 1999. Yeah. But then they were playing, and it was good, but I was like, Jesus, okay, can we... Like, I was standing on water bottles, because my feet hurt so bad from dancing. I didn't want to leave the stage, so I put 2 water bottles down and just stood on those for cushioning. My Nike Dope Mans were a little worn out.
Fucking Cortezes.
Yeah, the Air Cortez too, man. Those were the jam back then.
Oh, fuck yeah, bro.
if I could, Nikes just don't fit me right. I got a wide foot. So I wear New Balances and Brooks mostly.
Nikes fit me perfectly, actually.
If I can get them wide, I'll get them.
Yeah.
And you know what? I might go get a pair of Dope Mans now.
Hey, man, fucking
new microphones, pair of Dope Mans. We can do it up here.
I went to the farmer's market today because I haven't been in a while. And they're just talking about bad music.
It's rained a lot, too. So
talking about fucking bad music.
They play music there?
No, well, they have a guy that plays there, and he lives on Tybee, and his name is Fuck Off Douchebag McGee, whatever. So I walked.
Not a listener.
Yeah, not a listener. So I walked in, and he was like, shake your salt. And the first vendor I went up to, I was like, is your rent cheaper the closer you have to be to this? The closer you have to be to this fucking clown over here?
I can't stand.
And the guy goes, yeah, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
I wasn't going to buy anything from you, but I am now. Like, you've got my business with that. So I think Alex may have discussed this when he was here. The Crab Shack just plays Margaritaville radio. That's it.
Literally,
and so, like, one or two days a week, it would be like somebody else, like a Zach Brown song would get in there or something. But I grew up, my parents weren't parrot heads, but they went to a couple of Jimmy Buffett concerts.
Sure.
Our neighbors were parrot heads. So I listened to a lot of Jimmy Buffett growing up.
Oof.
And yes, but I was, 12.
Whatever.
So I could sit there and deal with it. So I knew a lot of the words to a lot of the songs, which made working at the Crab Shack way fucking worse.
Oh,
because they would play the live versions, and I'm like...
How long did you work there? You said a year, right?
No, like 6 months, 7 months.
Oh, right, yeah.
I started in the beginning of the summer.
That's like a full tour of Vietnam,
and made it,
right there.
I made it to... right after Pirates Fest. Like, I bitched about not working Pirates. I didn't want to work Pirates Fest.
Or the Buccaneer Ball, whatever.
The Buccaneer Ball. Yeah,
which is the pre-Pirate Fest.
Yes, it's not as fancy as they want.
I have
an
idea. Let's all dress up like jackasses and fucking act like jerk-offs for
pirate
no fucking
cosplay.
reason. Pirate cosplay.
Yeah, I get it. Like, on the day of, but do it for like so many people do it for like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, because the Buccaneer Ball is like on a Thursday, and then the Pirates Fest is on a Friday and a Saturday. Right?
Yeah, and they have like a really old, crappy band that was good back in like the 70s. Who's the one they used to get all the time?
Dude, they got Eddie Money one time, and he couldn't get off the tour bus. He was so fucking drunk.
That's right. He didn't play, and they get like the Smithereens or somebody from like the 70s.
No, they got Motley Drew one time.
Drew,
yeah. Because fucking Vince Neil was too fat to show up, so they just got a guy named Drew.
Fat and drunk on tequila, man. He didn't give a shit. Motley Drew. I love the creative names though that cover bands come up with. Yeah. Like it's just such a different.
The Sublime tribute band's called Badfish. That's great.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Schism, the Tool cover band. They're the most popular one.
Okay, let me tell you you want to know the best tribute band name? Les Zeppelin.
Yes. Yeah, all the lesbians. Yeah, that's all in the Jinx, I think. They were great, too.
Of course
that wins. That wins all the names.
If you're going to call yourself Les Zeppelin and play Zeppelin tunes, you better be fucking bad.
We went to a Blink-182 cover band, opening for a Tool cover band at the Victory.
That is I've never heard of two tribute bands.
Sorry, my bad. I'm not a band guy.
Good
I don't
God.
Know. I know.
It's Celsius and Fahrenheit. Okay, Clint?
Yeah.
Jesus fuck.
It's not the same thing. But at Victory North, which is a dope ass.
Yeah.
That was my first outing after pandemic things to go out and be, and it was very.
Victory North's our only place that can book the mid-size.
Yeah, and it's beautiful
because
in there.
all we have is a giant Civic Center.
Yeah.
And fucking bars.
Yeah, and the Civic Center is trash too.
The Civic Center's the sound is trash.
Oh yeah, it wasn't just like the Johnny Mercer Theater sounds fine, but we're going to see Tom Segura.
Oh yeah,
next May.
Yeah.
You buy tickets a year in advance.
So our buddy Rob was like, "Hey, I'm getting tickets to Segura." I was like, "Well, let me know when it is because I got to make sure I don't have like a gig or something." And then he was like, "Yeah, it's in 4 years."
Yeah, pretty much. It's not anytime anywhere near now. And I was like, "Damn, it's he's coming everywhere tour or something." Yeah. I'm coming all over the place or whatever.
Yeah.
It's a great. What a great way to slide that little joke in there. Is I'm coming all over the place tour. Well, he was like, I told him, I was like, but buy me a ticket when you get yours. And then I complained about where he got the seats. And he's like, you literally told me this. And I was like, there's seats down here. He's like, look, you told me to do that. I'm like, yeah, I'm a dick. My bad.
Yeah, my bad, bro.
I've been to comedy shows there 4 times, and I've never sat up at the top.
At Victory, where?
No, at Johnny Mercer Theater.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen Chappelle twice, Tosh, and...
I saw Louis C.K. there.
Oh, I've seen Ron White there 3 times. I forgot.
Oh, wow, yeah.
My dad loves Ron White. Shout out Carl.
Yeah.
Loves some Ron White for his birthday. We've been, and Ron White is amazing every time.
Yeah.
But the last time
I didn't think I would like him because when I first saw him, he was with the the fucking rednecks of comedy
Blue
or whatever
Collar
the fuck. Yeah. But he's like, but once I heard him on Rogan a couple of times, I was like, no, he's a smart comedian. He just plays that dumb shit.
Yeah.
For these fucking
He's from Texas,
these fucking jean short wearing mudding motherfuckers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
but
he's an actual good comedian, and he's fucking smart.
And that dude drinks and smokes like nobody else.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Last time I saw him was a little weird because his girlfriend / fiance at the time was she's a musician, I guess, and so her brother opened up the whole show, just did comedy, the Spanish dude, pretty good guy, whatever.
Yeah.
And then she played like folksy music for 20 minutes, which is not what I signed up for. So I left after about 10 minutes. But he sat there. Ron White was like on stage with her and was sitting there lovingly, like passionately watching her play, and I was like, "This is fucking creepy."
Wow.
Well, she's half his age because it's Ron White, and he's rich.
He can get whatever.
He's got his own plane, he can do whatever he wants. But like, it was very awkward.
It's funny to hear how rich some of those guys actually are.
I didn't know he was playing rich till Rogan said it. And
Dude,
I was like,
when they talk about like who was it, like fucking Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias or whatever?
Oh yeah, has the largest collection of VW buses in the world. Like what?
And he's got more cars than fucking Jay Leno and shit.
Don't they call him like the king of swag or something though?
I don't know.
He sells like the most.
Oh, he's
swag
like
and stuff.
His merch and shit.
Yeah,
I didn't
master
know
of merch
that,
something. He's like,
oh wow,
that's why and like he's really big, so he can sell big fat people like him. So you just make him, I guess you charge more for a triple XL, right? More material.
There's more material, brother.
I mean, I don't get a discount on my mediums.
When I squeeze into that damn schmeat,
I'm going to squeeze into that large Tito's and vodka shirt.
I know this is the XL that Ian sent us, and I do have a large, and Clint's going to stretch it right out.
I got a stretching method I'm going to implore to try to get it in there, or I'm just going to look like
I have a method,
or I have to diet for a week. It doesn't look good in it.
I'll be on the Moscow Mule diet for a week.
I've got a few shirts that I wear that I like, but like. I wear them on a day where I'm feeling smaller, but I can't sit down in them or my belly comes out.
So
do you have,
man? I'm telling you, I could go like 3 days. I can wear one shirt, or like I can wear a shirt one day.
Yeah.
3 days later, if I try and put it back on, I'm like a sausage. I'm like, how bad do I fluctuate?
What happened?
What am I doing?
Am I that bloated?
Did I eat all the salt off the rim of the last drink?
That might be my fault. I salted you pretty bad last week. I mean, I listened back to the podcast. I heard you talk about. I was like, man, I was sitting there like getting it all over it. I wanted it to look nice, and I realized I'm like, this is gonna look nice for me and Paxton as he eviscerates a lime and hangs it off the side. That lime looked like a dog chew toy.
That lime looked like a black cocktail straw at the end of the night. You're doing fucking 8 ball of blow or something.
It was bad.
It was bad.
I can't believe it held up though. It didn't fall apart. You kept it attached. It was still attached. It was great.
Well, you know what we do? Soonish after the break, we have the Karen.
Oh, shit. It's the Karen of the week. It's the Karen of the week.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, Karen.
Would you like to go first or me?
I'm going to let you go first because I'm going to probably drag this one out.
All right, good.
I'm bitching heavy.
Oh, good. Yeah, I want it. So, mine's sort of a double. There it is.
Yeah, that's me.
Double Darren.
Double dog Darren.
So there's this guy, and look, his wife died like not long ago, right? Whatever.
Well, I didn't know his wife died.
Yeah. But his name's Maurice, and the moment he walked up to the bar last night, he goes, "Hey, Paxton, I don't know you that's not what it is.
Typee Boomhauer. And if you're listening, you know who this guy is.
So my buddy John Girl's right next to him, and I was like, which dialect is this?
Yeah. What English language do you speak, sir?
So.
And it doesn't get better.
No. And I was like, fuck, man, whatever. Like, and I overheard him say that his wife had died like I haven't seen him in a long time.
He was dressed nice. It was weird.
Yeah, his shirt tucked in like that fucking churches you up. It don't, Joe Dirt.
Into his fancy jeans.
Yeah. So he's sitting there chatting. I was like, man, I'm gonna get him one drink. So he ordered a rum and Coke like he normally does, but it was like a Coke with a whisper of rum.
Put the rum on top.
I put the splash of rum on top so he would think that he was actually drinking something.
Because he pre-games.
Oh, he pre-games.
I think he just.
He pre-games. He pre-games from Albuquerque all the way to
Yeah,
here.
He's always gaming.
Yeah.
There's no
pre-post.
Yeah. He started pre-gaming in 1974.
Yeah, he might as well start a fucking Twitch stream. He's fucking gaming.
He's
But so So he comes in, and I've got this really nice couple sitting at the bar, and then I've got three, like the Speedo Sunday had already left.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of like just normal ass fucking people trying to be out and having fun. And
The bar was full, right?
Kind of full, yeah.
I mean, there was an empty
My
seat.
bar, yeah, there wasn't an empty seat. And everyone that was trying to come up to order, he'd be like, hey, what you know, and after two times, I was like, Maurice, shut the fuck up. She's trying to order a slice of pizza right now. And I thought he was going to be, well, this is what he said. He goes, Paxton. Yeah. So then he asked me for another drink, and I was like, we're out of drinks. They probably have some inside.
We're out of drinks.
He goes, oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to go inside then.
I'm pretty sure he came from inside, so I bet they sent him to you earlier on. They were like, hey, Paxton's out there. You want to go talk to him? Because you know what? I would do that shit to you. I'd be like,
I'd do it to any fucking buddy.
So you had, but was he with the other Darren?
No.
Because he's rarely with somebody.
So, no one's ever with him.
It was weird because Hunter and John were like, Maurice! And I was like, I've never seen someone so excited.
I thought that was a huge mistake.
I think it's because of his wife dying.
Okay,
that's probably why they were excited to see it. Because you want to boost the guy up, even though he is a complete and utter derelict.
Nothing gives you license to be a fucking piece of shit and
he is. Well, by the time he left, like when he was getting near the end, there was 2 seats on either side of him because no one wanted to be near him.
No one wanted. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why when I finally kicked him out, I fucking I had some bar customers, whatever.
Yeah, he literally cleared his own space out pretty fast.
So there's the other Darren, and it just happened like literally before we came on air. I'm a part of this Facebook group. It's called Bartending Memes Unfiltered or something like that. Like it's a lot of funny shit on there, or whatever. So this girl posted a story. And it was, she said she's working at a dive bar. She drops a bottle of liquor and it explodes or whatever. And one of her coworkers was like, see, that's why we can't have nice things. And then
classic drop for the drop.
And then she goes, fucking eat my ass, Jake, or whatever, right? And some lady that's around, like, takes offense to this or whatever.
Some Karen.
Actually. And ends up giving like a fucking $1 on like 28 or something like that. So this girl puts this story on Bartending Memes Unfiltered or whatever, right? Some fucking dickless fucking Viagra-needing cuck named Scott starts commenting. He goes, remember where your money comes from. And someone's like, what do you mean, the $1 that the lady gave me? And then he goes, tips are a gift. They're not and I started to read like more of his comments, and like one of the I didn't see the context of the comments, but one of the comments was homo says what?
Oh, he's a good guy then. Do you click on his account and look
I didn't click on it. Well, yeah, when I clicked on his account, it only showed the things that he was putting in the group.
Oh, yeah, it does that with the aficionado page.
When you're in the group, it only shows what he does in the group. But I didn't want to read anymore because it was fucking pissing me off. But I was like, why the fuck is this dude on this group anyway?
Yeah.
On a bartender's group.
It's like being a part of a vegan group and you only meet, you're like, what the hell?
So I wanted to like do the complete docs, and I still might later, but I was like, his name's Scott, and he's on Bartending Memes Unfiltered, and he's a fucking douchebag.
We could, let's fuck Scott up a little bit.
Yeah, we'll fuck him up a little bit, whatever. But like
some poor other guy named Scott is about to have his day ruined, though.
They're gonna know who it is. Homo says what?
Who says who says anything says what anymore?
And
Wayne's World.
And this dude's profile picture, it looks like every fucking dude that's gonna have a hot take about fucking anti-vax or some shit like that.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It's like he's got the starter pack for fucking.
He's got the American flag, freedom. Don't tread on me around his thing, or something like that. Yeah. I like people that talk trash though that have no picture of themselves. It's like a picture of something else,
or the egg, or the fucking
the avatar
silhouette.
Yeah, I'm like, you're not even going to show your face. You're going to talk shit.
Yeah, are you that much of a fucking bitch?
Like at least show your face somewhat.
That's some bitch made shit.
I mean, Twitter, I get not showing your face. Like mine is a picture from behind that Jeff Rowe took of me one time in the rain.
Damn, y'all make love in the rain. That's crazy. That's pretty romantic.
It was
really.
after a 9 Inch Nails concert.
Ooh, nice.
They had just played "Hurt."
He put
and
his
you know what I do if they play "Hurt"
in.
every time? I cry.
I cry, baby.
Every time, man, because they play the Johnny Cash version of "Hurt."
They play it?
9 Inch Nails now closes every show with the Johnny Cash version of "Hurt." Since he died, they do his version.
No shit.
Their shows,
that's great.
But I've heard it 5 times.
Yeah.
And the first time I heard it, I was like, "Am I about to cry to this song?" And was like, "I'm crying."
And
like you're at a concert, like no one's looking at you. But like that time, I had been dancing for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I was at the top of a hill at the whatever the outdoor arena in Atlanta is called now.
Whatever.
The Phillips Amphitheater or whatever it is. And so it started pouring like 20 minutes later. Fro took a picture under his beard with his nice camera, and I'm sitting in the rain, and like there's steam coming off of me. And it's fucking summer, but I've been dancing for a long time. Yeah. It's a great picture. I look fantastic in it. My nose looks huge, whatever.
And the rain hides the tears.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm glad it was raining. You couldn't see me crying. They're like, we could see you crying. Like, why? They're like, because you're fucking shaking.
I've got the worst crying at a show story because it's so like if you hear it, you're like, you're a fucking, not a pussy, but like a fucking, you're a fake motherfucker. So, all right, I'll
During Tool, Motley Crue. Is during Tool?
You're almost, you're close. You're close.
Oh, man.
It was like night 3 or 4.
Sepultura.
It was a 5-night run of Unfreeze McGee in Atlanta at the Tabernacle. Night 3 or night 4, I'm like fucking booming,
Yeah.
Mushrooms, Molly, the whole thing. I'm like fucking. They start playing 46 and 2 by Tool.
Oh, wow.
And the drum, the big drum fill towards the end of 46 and 2.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, man, this is fun. So I'm like, I got all my best friends around me.
You're feeling everything's the best. You're vibing.
I'm like, this dude is about to kill this fucking drum part. And like, I'm a sweaty dude, obviously, whatever. I thought I was sweating really bad.
You're just crying?
And I would start touching my eyes. I was like, I'm fucking crying right now.
I cry on mushrooms all the time. I just leak.
Yeah. And I was just like, but it was like happy tears. I was so happy that like I looked to my left and it was like Wink and Austin, and Emily's to my right and fucking
you got
like
the
all
crew,
my best friends. And I was just like, this is my favorite Tool song. And Chris Myers is like my favorite drummer. And because like,
the end of that song you need like all the equipment, right?
It is hard to play a Danny Carey part of any fucking Tool song, but that one part at the end with all the fucking and I was like, he's doing
so
it.
You were getting all
he's doing it. Everyone.
I'm surprised you weren't crying from your third eye.
I know. My third eye is my brown eye, and it was probably crying later.
I was thinking more of the white collar tears. But whatever you want to do, man.
Whatever you want to, whatever.
I don't know what goes on. You wooks do at concerts. This song was so good, I shit myself. Highly recommend.
You want to shit yourself at a show? Unfreeze McGee. There you go. If they play Tool.
Oh man,
who's your Karen?
So I've got mine is a table. It's a whole table of people, 3 people. 2 Darrens and a Karen. The head Darren, he's a regular at my restaurant. We're going to call him Clark.
Oh, you know that?
Clark is I know his name because he comes in about once every month and a half.
Gotcha.
He's been a regular for a few years.
So for these purposes, he's Clark?
He's Clark, which definitely rhymes with what his real name is. If you're listening, Clark, how did you figure out how to work your telephone? So Clark is not a dumb man. Right. Clark has got some... he's got some issues. He's got a therapy dog. He's had one for a long time. Yeah, so I know that it's not...
It's a legit
It's legit in his head. He ain't blind. He's not disabled in any way. He's mentally unfit to not have a dog, I guess. Whatever. Yeah, he got his dog. Dog's well-behaved. It's great. It's like a golden doodle, so it's hyperallergenic because he's weird. This guy's always wearing a suit. You see this dude on a Tuesday after 1 o'clock, suit, tie. He's always done up. He's very Southern.
Sure.
And that he's very particular.
Right.
He likes to do things his way, and as a server at upscale dining, I will accommodate, but I'm going to guide you along what my path is because that's what I need to do to make my night go better. So Mark has a 6 o'clock reservation. He requests one of 3 different tables. He only will sit in these 3 tables. He comes in, can't sit there. He'll stand there with this damn dog by the door and stare at you while you eat.
Oh, is it like OCD, autism?
Yeah, he's autistic.
Spectrum,
he's autistic. He's very, he's very.
So he's particular because right, I got you.
So that's fine. Do your thing. That's not that doesn't have any bearing on what he darened me with.
Yeah, I got you.
So 6 o'clock reservation. It's Friday night. We are busy. Friday and Saturdays, for you people that don't know enough, is turning tables night. Restaurants got to make money. You make reservations, so you time them out. As I explained earlier, about a certain amount of time per table.
Yeah.
So I allot for that. So Mark comes in at 6. Reservations at 6. Goes to the bar and was like, "Oh, I have a drink at the bar. We'll be about 10 or 15 minutes late." Cool, no problem, Mark. You're a regular. I kind of like you sometimes. I've never had to wait on Mark before because he only wanted a certain server. He's an older gay man. He wanted the other older gay man that worked there. Cool, I got it.
I mean, they're buds. They're buds.
Yeah,
whatever.
And he usually comes in alone. So he's got guests this time, so he wants to impress when he's got guests. Another server mentioned that his 2 guests are kind of trashy. I'm like, great. So they're at the bar.
They had dealt with them before?
He dealt with them before at another bar. And so they are at the bar. It's 6:25. They've closed out. I go to the bartender. I'm like, they're closed out, right? He's like, yeah, they just ordered some more drinks, though. I'm like, all right. So I walk over there and say hey to him. Hey, I'm waiting on you guys tonight. Got you at this table. do you want to come sit down? He's like, oh, we'll be there in a few minutes. I'm like, all right, well, reservation was at 6. We're going to kind of get moving along. And so I'd go to my boss, and I'm like, this is what's going on. He's like, he can't do this to us. Like, even if you're a regular, like, he's a one-guy regular mostly, and you don't come in and you come in at 5:30 and sit at the bar for half an hour and then sit down at 6. But you're not going to drag out one table all night long for just you 3 people who aren't going to spend a bunch of money. It's not how restaurants work. You're friends with the owners, because he's friends with them.
Sure,
You
yeah.
should respect them in that element. So at 6:35, he goes over there and goes, Mark, go to your table. Like, it's time to go. We got to roll this table tonight. Like, you got to go sit down. Which, thank you. Shout out to Saran. I love you. You fucking stand up for us as servers. Saran
Gotcha.
does such a great job as our GM. We've been lucky. The last 2 have been great. But he stands up for us and is like, look, this is how things have to go. We're busy. If anybody wants to leave because of that, that's cool. Someone will sit right down at your table. And so they sit down. It's 6:45 now. He's 45 minutes late. I special them. Menus are flipped over, not looking at them. And I come back and I'm like, any menu questions? Anything? They're like, oh, we haven't even looked yet. I'm like, well, flip them over and look, because I'll be back in 5 minutes to get the order. I'm telling them I'm coming back to get the order in 5 minutes.
I'm getting the order in 5 minutes.
And Mark, who I've never waited on, wants to run the table. And he wants to be in control of the situation. Because I guess Steven, the other guy, let him do it.
I got you.
That's fine.
Whatever.
I'm not letting you do that to me. So I come back in 5 minutes and I'm like, hey, any questions? Menu's still flipped upside down. They're like, oh, we haven't even looked yet. I'm like, all right, well, look, I got to turn this table by 8:30. So just as a heads up, like, it's, Mark's like, we just sat down. I'm like, no, your reservation was at 6. So you sat down at 6. So you got to get moving.
Yeah.
I understand things happen and people are late, but you weren't late. You was in the bar. So I'm like, sorry, but we have to move along. So Mark is a pain in the ass. I take the wine list from him. He asks for it back for the hostess when I walk away, and then asks her to tell me to relax, that they're going to do their best to be out of here by then. So she comes and tells me and Saran, and the boss is like, no, they're going to be out of here by 8:30. He can't hold us hostage.
So do the owners not want to, like...
When the owners came in later that night, I said, Mark was here. They're like, oh, thank God we missed him. Because they didn't want to deal with him either. Because he talks forever.
Yeah.
I'll get you want to enjoy yourself. Come in on Tuesday and enjoy yourself, man.
Right, that's
not on
fine.
Friday night. But 2.5 hours for a 3-top is a long time.
Yeah.
And we're giving you that as a
after you were already late.
Yeah. So I finally get their order in, but the woman was obstinate about it. The guy was kind of a dick about it. The guy was rude because I was like, hey, can you scoot into your seat some? He's like, why? You're not going to sit at this table while we're here. I'm like, I'm definitely going to sit at the table next to you because it's a Friday night. So Mark's got a guy taking up half a booth extra, a therapy dog on the floor at the table by the front door. So you walk in the door, there's a dog there.
There's a fucking dog there
but
right
if
away.
you touch that dog.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, it's a therapy dog. And that's the only time Mark ever gets mad. He's like, hey, therapy dog. Like, dude, you can't want to sit by the front door and expect a 10-year-old kid not to come in and be like, doggy.
Doggy, right there by the fucking front door.
I wasn't there the day he yelled at a little girl, but one of my coworkers was like, I was okay with him until then. He's dead to me now.
Yeah.
You don't scream at a 10-year-old child.
Even if you have...
No matter what you are. No matter how you are, you still have to behave socially respectfully.
And if you're capable enough to like book a fucking reservation at a restaurant, and you know that you need to sit in a certain place, and you can't fucking predict that if a young child walks in and sees a goddamn dog.
Well, I moved the chair next to him so the dog could because some people have therapy dogs, they'll get the dog under the table. And that's why I know it's a legit therapy dog when they're trying their best to make the dog not be a part of the problem.
Right, yeah.
Not a dog that's just trying to get away.
Because generally, like, the therapy dogs, sometimes they'll have, like, on their
He's got the vest.
I'm just saying, on their vest, it'll be like, therapy dog don't pet.
So it's a golden doodle.
Yeah.
It's like 80 pounds, so it's got a lot of hair.
Yeah.
So the hair, when it's laying down, you can't see the vest. The vest is only about probably 8 inches wide and 10 inches long. So there's not a lot of it.
Oh, that's like my dick.
Yeah, just barely folded in half. So I get him at 8:30. I'm like, I brought the check at 8:25, and they're encouraging this lady next to them to hang out longer, the wheelchair lady. So it's like doubled up.
No.
So they're turning her into a Karen, and I'm like, why do you hate me, God? Like, my section was just hell. And the hostesses are right on Friday nights. The lady Betty has been there for 13 years. They opened works. She gets the best section in the restaurant. When she ain't there, that's my section. But she's there. I got the front section. It's good. Also, I can kind of help at the door if the hostesses are having a problem with somebody. I'm happy to step in because there are 2 little ladies, and they're sweet and nice, and they don't need to have to be a dick. I'm happy to be like, hey.
Yeah.
Don't yell at them.
Right,
yell at
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Oh, you don't want to yell at me? Because you're an asshole.
Okay, yeah, because you're a fucking bitch-made
so
motherfucker.
they saw Mark being Mark, because I told you he kept asking for the wine list back. So I finally was like, what's up with this shit?
Yeah, because he wants to, like...
He wanted to look at the pictures in the wine list. Our wine list has pictures on every
Like of the bottles? Like,
it's like old French art of like half naked babies with angel wings.
You mean pictures? Not,
Yeah.
Oh, like just art.
Yeah, just art.
Oh, I get it.
Art.
Okay.
But he wants to look at this through the meal. Mark wants to have his silverware. Everything's all lined
That's
up
a
for
weird
him.
quirk.
So yeah, I screw with him. I like bump a fork, add a line, or I'll move something of his just to. I don't have to move it, but I do it just because it's like, hey man, why are you being so weird?
Yeah.
Like, relax.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Loosen that tie a little bit.
Oh,
Pet your therapy dog.
So when he sits at the table, he has to have like
he never touches the dog.
Really?
Not the whole time he's there. His friend, he let his homeboy play with the dog, though, and I was like, hey, now.
But if a fork isn't exactly 90 degrees.
Everything's got to be lined up just straight. So when I put silverware down, I try to make the table look clean. I remove things when they're done. But for Mark, he gets like a 45-degree angle over here and an 85 over here, just because it bothers him. I've never waited on him before. But I was like, once I saw he was being, I was like, you know what?
Oh, you know what?
You want war, buddy?
Yeah, I'm about to
psychological
I'm
warfare.
about to fuck with you. We have an autistic dishwasher at Huckapoo's, and
we've talked about Bobo before.
We've talked about Bobo
champ.
before, the ring toss champ, and all the pizza cutters that we hang up, they all have to be in one direction. And, this is good fun. Like,
Bobo's a friend. Bobo's a good
Bobo's a friend.
Bobo's a I'll die for you kind of guy. We love Bobo to death.
Don't fucking give me shit for this, but I'll just turn 2 or 3 of them in the wrong direction. So then when he walks back in, he's like, what the fuck, man?
It's because he just gets so mad about stuff.
He gets so mad about it.
Look, and I love Bob to death. If Bob called me right now and you ride somewhere and he's 200 miles away,
we all do.
I'm going to get Bob.
We all do.
But, man, he is, because he gives out some shit too, though. Bob is not innocent. He's kind of a dick.
So he uses,
and you have to see his ass crack 45% of the day. For whatever reason, he's like opposed to belts.
It don't matter. Well, he wears a belt, but he wears it around like above his belly button.
Yeah. It's not where the belt's supposed to go, and he knows where it's supposed to go. But I think
he knows where it's supposed to go.
He's got a little bit of skin out there.
Yeah, he wants to give everybody a little taste of what.
Is he a listener? Is Bob listening?
I doubt it. I wish he would let now that we're back on YouTube.
We could get him to YouTube. Bobo will YouTube.
We could get you to YouTube because
he'll turn on every TV in the bar behind the barcast at night.
Be like, no, Bob, stop.
No, it's too much.
Half of the fucking people we talk about are in here, right? Fucking
dude, Barra is in here right now with Clark. Can't do this. Barra and Clark are together.
Barra just showed up with fucking Clark.
This is not going to go well. Go in the bathroom, make sure the faucets are straight.
That dude's name's actually Darren, and we're not even talking about it.
But he would do that too, because I don't want to see myself on TV while I'm at work. Like, no, it'd be very weird.
It's already weird seeing myself on.
Well, also, there's the sound of the bar is music, so you would just see us talking.
It'd just be like,
yeah. We're not that attractive. We're personality driven.
Speak for yourself.
Well, man, this has been a good week.
This has been a very great week. I'm glad. The no sound cheers. Hey, thank you guys for listening. Again, we're sponsored by Coin Laundry on Instagram. Hey, the effing
every week.
The effing vodka is working.
Every week, the end of the week, it's getting a little harder to talk.
Coin Laundry, COYNE_laundry on Instagram. And if you would like to email us,
please email
us. Now, we've had people try and text us their fucking stories.
Yeah, guy, text me a story today. Email, please. I know we're one of my best friends, but
From Behind The Barcast at gmail.com. We have an Instagram at From Behind The Barcast. You can also leave a voice message. If you would leave a fucking voice message, we will play it on the air.
Oh shit! That's a real oh shit right there. Yeah, you get a little
anchor.anchor.fm /From Behind The Barcast. We love you.
Literally, if you tell us a half-assed good story, we'll play it on the air.
We'll play it on the fucking
Just
air.
Come on, somebody be a man.
Be a man.
Step up. Or
be the first one to do it.
Don't be a Karen or a Darren.
Don't be a Karen.
And you can send us a message on the Instagram or email us. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Good to see y'all.
Cheers.